Hey, Jay Clark here with continuing on with our project KX250, and we're going to finish adding on parts to this project, all with bolt-on parts that all have a good purpose to them, and we're going to get started on that right now. If you're riding regularly and racing regularly, one of the common things to happen is to crash, and having stronger bars helps prevent damage or ending your day. So putting twin walls on the KX250 is one of our objectives here. To do so, you need to have oversized bar mounts, larger bar mounts, and you can replace the stock ones, put in the larger ones from Applied, or in this case we have some Renthal ones. You put those in and you can install your larger bars. We're running 997 bin, which is basically the same as the stock bin, or 971 bin. So we'll use those with the Renthal grips and bar mounts. One of the first things we like to do when we have a new bike is to put radiator braces from Works Connection. It sucks having to buy radiators, but also ending your day motoing. A good crash can wipe out a radiator. Having some radiator braces can help prolong that and give you some strength there to where it won't just tear the radiator completely off. Works Connection also has a clutch perch, which is kind of the standard of the clutch perch world and has been a mainstay for a long time. Good lever pull. We're running the A lever, which is a lever that they offer, which is good for with the Henson clutch and for the KX. Also, they have the ARC front brake lever, which is new for 2013. There is a new mount, so your old levers won't fit the current KX. So you'll need to have a new lever in your toolbox if you want to have an extra there. Throttle tubes on everything previous to 2013 on the Cowies, the throttle tube was vulcanized to the grip. So you had to buy a grip, and then you'd have to either buy aluminum or aftermarket throttle tube. With the 2013, you can actually remove the stock grip. So the Motion Pro throttle tube is a real good one. If you need to do that on your older models, on the new model, you can simply cut off the stock grip and install your grips just as you normally would any other bike. Being able to run at a little higher temperatures and not boil over in the starting line is important. CV4 has a high pressure radiator cap which allows you to do that. Okay, so working with Dunlop, of course, I get my choice of tires here, and the new Geomax MX51 front is what comes stock in this bike, but we're trying the 90/90 size, which gives a little larger footprint. And in the rear, we go with an MX31 with a 110/80, which is a wider footprint, which is just mainly a sand mud tire. Works really well at some of the tracks early in the day out here in California, especially Kuya, Racetown, those tracks that are really deep in the morning. On a 250F especially, you can be really hard on clutches. Henson clutch setup is just the best. Inner hub, pressure plate, and basket with their clutch plates and an outer cover allows for a little more oil capacity, and squirting the oil straight in to where it needs to go inside the clutch plates. Just a great setup. Here we're going to reinstall our 2012 setup, which we pulled out of our 2012 before we got rid of that bike. So that's kind of a benefit of the Henson stuff, is that we can reuse it in many cases. And so in this case, we're going to put our 2012 stuff in our 13, bolt it all right in. Another bit of a luxury item is a very cool looking seat cover from Moto Seat. They custom make them however you want, kind of to match. I have them match the graphics. He puts pleats in, and the pleats are there to kind of hold you from going sliding back too far. You can also put a bump in there. I prefer them with the bump. This one should have had a bump, so I'm going to get on Travis about that. But anyway, you can have a bump in the back to keep you more forward on the bike. Okay, Decal Works is kind of the standard in the industry as far as custom graphics. They custom make just so many graphics a day, it's crazy. And they can make whatever you want. You can put your name on there, you can make them pink, purple, whatever you want, they'll make them. In this case, we have some very sharp looking graphics with our number 38 on here, and we'll see how those look on this new bike. All right, that pretty much concludes part 2 of our mod KX250 here. Hopefully you got some good ideas of some things you can do on your bike. Obviously it might be difficult to do everything here unless you got an unlimited budget, but it gives you some ideas of some things you can do to your bike. Some of it's maintenance, some of it's more performance. We're going to spend a bunch of time on this bike over the next month or two here. Try to put another 10-15 hours plus on it. Right now it's got about 8 hours. We're going to put some more time on it, and then we're going to see what we want to do to the suspension modification wise, if we want to modify it or if we want to just kind of leave it with the adjustments we come up with. Also see what we're going to do motor wise. If we want to add some more power with a high compression piston and cams, or maybe a big bore. So we'll revisit that in just a couple months, and so check back with us.